here for game number 1 as this guy, he's spawning at the bottom right. Playing for Team Liquid. Give it up for the Polish Protoss. It is MaNa.
And his opponent in the top left side is going to be... Am I on the wrong camera? I was. Okay, that's why. I was like, what is happening here? It is going to be the Red Terran fighting from the US of A. The American... I'm Dutch. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly how he likes it. But anyway, fighting for the Cranky Ducklings, it is Vindicta. Another proxy engineering bay blocker. A Terran with a lot of wit.
Ooh, oh wow, he's even bringing
probes.
3 probes.
Not having any of that. Vindicta, a player that loves to do a lot of micro and a lot of continuous harassment, of course. And MaNa actually kind of returning that favor here, perhaps, with that very early on proxy gateway. Could apply some stalker pressure there, perhaps. Vindicta opting for the natural base in his own base for the moment, the command center, as he goes with the Reaper for a bit more insight as to what the Protoss is doing here.
Man, wouldn't it be funny if Vindicta blocked the natural
again?
Yeah.
It's just there again. Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. He's got the SCV there, right? So don't know if it will be worth it with the 2 gateway units coming out. Gateway gets scouted. Oh. Thought that Nate was going to hit the Reaper for a moment.
Yeah, it was pretty
very
close.
Well timed. Yeah.
Oh, actually going to catch the probe, the retreating probe there. Nice find.
Yes, there is MaNa with those gateway units at the front, starting to be annoying. Vindicta attempting to get that bunker up as quickly as possible. Finding some okay damage here, actually, with those Marines who are not being targeted upon by the gateway forces. So they were just busy trying to get the SCV building the bunker. Well handled by Vindicta there. Surprised he did that well with considering the kind of the position that it was.
Alright, someone in the live chat asking why these 2 players are playing again. Oh yeah, it looks like the other viewers has explained that. Yes, this is the Deciders match. And sometimes in the GSL style format, you do see a repeat match. Just because, you know, it kind of works out that way.
I think the Reaper just sacrificed himself for scouting the Twilight Council, so he did get his eyes on that one, which is pretty nice. You're never quite certain what is being built from it, right? Could even still be a Dark Shrine, for all you know. As well, Vindicta trying to be safe once again with another bunker. This one at the natural base. It's a little bit late though, because the Stalkers are already here. Causing a ruckus, Snoopy, an absolute ruckus.
Yeah, this is a bit annoying here for Vindicta, as he's not going to be able to mine off his natural. Whereas MaNa, he's having a nice time mining his own natural. And man, is Vindicta going to lose this depot? Ah, okay. Does repair it in time. But no bunker still.
Yeah, looks like he salvaged the bunker on the high ground in, you know, favor for the bunker on the low ground. Unfortunately, that never made it into being. There is harassment from Vindicta on the other side of the map as well. Those 3 Widow Mines were just dropped into the natural. But so far, not much has been really gained from this one. 2 probes in total. He has got himself the armory there as well, so being annoying with that, especially with the Twilight Council opening, in fact, being quite unfortunate. Gets the Cyclone. This is a weird one. This is a truly strange game of StarCraft 2. Oh, get it back in the ground. That's the Observer now. Yeah, alright. I think MaNa is just on top of this now, right?
Yeah.
He is looking very sharp.
Without the threat of those Widow Mines. Yeah, I think he has finally stabilized. Still denying that natural from being established.
Siege tank. Could be a way to really force those Stalkers out of this position, right? And put Vindicta back into a winnable position. More harassment on the other side of the map. The Banshee there was attempting to get some kills as well. Got himself one probe kill, it looks like. Oh no, the siege tank.
Wow.
Oh, that is rough.
Yeah.
That might be it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, another siege tank. Yeah, GG is called. With his back up against the wall for a while there. Vindicta trying to hold on for as long as possible. Couldn't quite make it work. Man, that is a shame about those bunkers.
Yeah, imagine if he had that bunker still up there.
Yeah. Yeah, probably would have lost a couple of less. Like, the situation wouldn't have been a whole lot better overall, because you still have that situation where, you know, there's a ton of Stalkers outside of your base containing you as you are on just the one base. But yeah, at least you don't have that moment where he's just standing on top of your ramp shooting down STVs trying to repair the wall. You know, that becomes less of a scary situation, I suppose.
Yeah. And now we are headed to game number 2 on, once again, Data C. So apparently Data C has gone from the regular map 3 map all the way down to the map 2 map.
Map 2, yeah, I guess. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, is it? Right now, it's just the second map. Talking about the second map, there's the player right here in the leftish to the middle side. It's blue Protoss player fighting for Team Liquid. It is MaNa.
And spawn here at the 2 o'clock position. He's in the red trunks. And he's got a very happy duckling sitting on top of it. It is Vindicta.
Yeah, a rough first game there for Vindicta, of course. MaNa will have to, well, kind of repeat the process here one more time. This decider match keeps going. Let me take a look at the rest of the groups as well, actually.
Alright, so a little bit of a different map. Of course, there is no backside base here compared to the previous one. And looks like Vindicta has not gone for the engineering bay block once compared to the previous game as well. So a little bit of deviation to start off this game. Now we'll see, of course, once the cybernetic core is done, if MaNa wants to go for that same blink opening as he did. It worked out really nicely, but it was of course backed up by some aggression in the start with the proxy gateway, but no proxy gateway thus far. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a kind of a normal opening.
Yeah, I think that could be a good thing here for Vindicta. Gives him a way to kind of, you know, play the game he planned. We'll have to see. MaNa's still a valiant opponent, even if he does allow you to kind of play the game you want. It's a bunker, by the way. Nice and early. Let's get it.
Looks like he learned his lesson.
Well, in the previous game, getting that bunker on the low ground in front of your natural, I mean, we make jokes, but it is rough to get it there once you already have those gateway units kind of in your face.
Yeah, that's true. That's
From that early on. Yeah.
Oh, what do you think about this? MaNa going for the Stargate opening instead of the Blink opening that he did last game.
Ah. Yeah, I like it. I think it's fine. I kind of prefer the Stargate still in this matchup. At least to kind of kick things off with. Just always feel like you're a lot safer with Phoenix as opposed to Blink Stalkers. Blink Stalkers are just kind of units that do sometimes get a little bit lost, but those Phoenix, right? I hardly ever see someone with Widowmine defense when they have Phoenix around. Or, you know, a Hellion suddenly barging into the front door. It's just like lift and the threat is gone.
Yeah, Stargate opening is a very versatile opening. And so, yeah, it does allow the Protoss to better defend things like Widowmine drops, for sure. Even Hellion drops as well.
Yeah. Raven harassments, medevac drops, anything really coming from the sky, right? You're just so secure against it. Also, if the Terran is planning some sort of a push off of 2 base with siege tanks, those Phoenix, they're still really good. They're really good because there's not going to be that many Marines. The Phoenix aren't going to die that quickly. You have a surprising amount of HP. And you can take a siege tank out of the fight almost immediately. You don't kill it, right? But it's not shooting you anymore. So you can just run your Zealots in as a ball without having to worry about all that splash damage.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a good point. If you have enough Phoenixes, you can even pick off, those reinforcements as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Slow down the push.
Retreating path, very difficult to make then. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Phoenix, man. Rotterdam has been, talking about them for a while, but I think you might be onto something.
By the way, I'm loving this map vision that we got going for MaNa here. He's got like spotter stalkers, he's got Phoenixes flying around, he's got that watchtower onto the top side. And that's going to allow him to scout everything that's coming his way, as well as this Raven. Looks like MaNa completely on top of it.
Yeah. 2 other turrets get placed down, but they're not going to do anything else. That Raven is just out of the question now. It's not going to come back. He's not going to, reattach the tech lab to that starport for a long while. And it had a lot of energy also, right? Against Colossi, that would have been a great tool.
Yeah, could have interference matrix that Colossus during the push, render it useless, and or even maybe throw down anti-armor missile on a bunch of gateway units. So yeah, Raven, similar to Stargate openings, very versatile.
Oh, what? Oh, well, a little bit unlucky there. But also just very sharp from MaNa, being on patrol with those Phoenix, and wow. That's what the benefit. If you stay active with those Phoenix, you will get lucky eventually, right? It's a percentage game.
Yeah.
And that was quite lucky.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure if maybe the observer just got the really small glimpse of it. Because he just moved back all of a sudden. Either that or he just, like you said, got really lucky. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a 50-50 shot. Either you go that way or you go that way. I guess Vindicta, he's in his mind, it's like, alright, the Phoenix are leaving this area. They're going to rotate back around again, so I can send a medevac along this path now. And I don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes from there, It's like... does MaNa then afterwards think to himself, like, aha, now you will send the medevac through here because you think, I think. And then, you know, it's a tough game. It's a tough-ass game.
Yeah, the meta game in this game is really head-scratching sometimes, but looks like Vindicta gonna go ahead and try to chase down these Phoenixes, but it's gonna be too quick for him. And it just seems like MaNa is kind of in the driver's seat here, as he's got the map control, he's got the map vision, and he's just kind of building up his army very kind of nicely without much fear, without much harassment coming from Vindicta, and that's concerning to me because Vindicta is at his best when he's the one, you know, dropping here and there and doing, you know, multi-prong attacks and being aggressive. But in this game, he's kind of relegated to playing a more passive game. Yeah,
I guess it comes down to those Phoenix, right? It shut down his Raven harassment, it shut down the medevac harassment, and then at that point, do you continue trying to do harassments? I don't think so, right? It's gonna feel like, oh geez, everything I'm trying to do here, it's just like gifting the Protoss units. Nice Widowmine hidden underneath the siege tank does manage to get a good shot onto all of the Phoenix, but there's still so much Protoss here. Snoopy, that is still so much Protoss. Terran sending the SCVs in now as well. That's a couple of Vikings. Can he kill everything here? Nice.
Oh man.
Also tanking a lot of damage. Nope. There's Zealots. There is a whole bucket load of Zealots just arrived onto the battlefield.
Oh, that
had a bucket of Zealots which he just spilled over.
Yeah.
And now, here, yeah. I don't think Vindicta holds on though. 60 SCVs still remain. He's still got that third base. And he did diminish some of the tech, you know, the tech-savvy units of the Protoss.
Yeah, he has dwindled these Colossus count down to 1, and looks like MaNa is going to start transitioning into Templars, because it doesn't look like he's continuing the Colossus production. I think he might want to transition to Disruptors instead, although he's still letting that Thermal Lance upgrade still finish, in case he wants to travel or transfer back into Colossus tech. But yeah, that attack was quite scary, and I thought Vindicta was about to be broken, but I think with the 1/1 upgrade, he was barely able to hold that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel like he's still behind. He's still 3 bases versus the 4 bases of the Protoss, but at the very least, he does survive.
There is a warp prism going into the main base of Vindicta right now. A lot of Zealots being warped in, as well as a couple of other Zealots there looking to catch a couple of Widowmines. The Protoss army, I believe, might just be waiting right for the Terran to overextend into his main base. No, okay, it is busy with all this stuff. Very important debris clearing work. Protoss highway will be constructed here, and any rock in the way is gonna be obliterated.
I believe that rock wronged him in a different life, and he's trying to get revenge on it.
That would be something. It would be like something that lives under a rock, like a bug. Is that what they call crushed?
Maybe he was looking for Patrick from SpongeBob.
Ah, of course. In his previous life. Man. Well, second, or is that the third robo? Is that a third robo facility? It is a third robo facility. Wow. Interesting. Don't see that all too often. But, you know what, MaNa might make it work here. We'll always have the nice quantity of Colossi and Disruptors this way. You do kind of want to have both of them together, right? So you have you force the Terran backwards with the Disruptor shots, and even if they don't land, you Well, you're supposed to have Colossi just kind of shooting at the Terran as they're moving back and forth. That's kind of where the damage should then, in theory, start stacking up. The mine doesn't quite get set off. The fourth base on its way over is gonna be retreating for a while. Having some technical difficulties there.
Oh god, don't remind me of technical difficulties.
A Protoss army came into the back alley right here of Vindicta, and it is not looking pretty. There's still a War Prism as well, right? Eyeing up the main base, I believe.
Yep,
Yeah.
gonna get deflected by the turrets.
Yeah.
But it does serve as a, you know, a reinforcement point for the Protoss.
Vindicta very careful with trying to figure out how he wants to take this fight. But at the same time, MaNa probably pretty happy with just delaying this fourth base as much as he is. Himself having a fifth base on the way after all. Pretty sharp, and the supply is kind of starting to represent this. MaNa just hitting a little bit of a better curve in his economy right here.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Vindicta tapping out.